After watching tape of your guys' game last week, the fast start, obviously you talked about a little bit after the game, but after the second look, what really stood out and how did it work so well?
Well, the fast start stood out to me. I think that was a focus that we certainly had coming off the Portland State game, is we wanted to get a strong start, and we did that. I think even in the second half we had a fast start. I think we scored on our first drive. But I think the other thing that stood out is we have to be able to close games a little better than that, especially short yardage situations. I think we had two of them in the third and fourth quarters that we weren't able to convert. And those are really critical plays there to hold on to the ball, keep our defense off the field for a while, and just keep churning time off the clock. I think that those are important situations that we need to be better at.
Portland State, obviously the red zone struggles, but then against Hawaii, you guys were great in the red zone. Was there major differences that you noticed, or was it just opponents?
I think we eliminated some of the penalties that kind of took us out of the low red against Portland State. So to kind of remedy that a little bit, especially down in the red zone, was important. And then it really just better execution. We were able to just no mental errors and really just run the plays the way they're designed.
And speaking with Dylan yesterday, he said one of the things you guys do this week is kind of work on yourselves, and he really wants to see an improvement on consistency. And you just mentioned, closing games out. How do you, in a week like this, work on becoming more consistent?
What I always like about the bye week is you can really focus on your own techniques and your own stuff. And I think during the game week you're so frantically preparing for your opponent. You kind of not overlook, but you just don't have the time to really dedicate to some of the finer points of playing your position. And I think the bye week gives you a chance to kind of take a step back from game prep and really look at all the different technical things that you do. For me as a quarterback, as a receiver, as a D lineman, whatever.
What's been the mood like with everybody this week? Because it's like, I know everyone's happy to be 2-0, but I think everybody also recognizes, hey, the way that the game finished on Saturday wasn't what you wanted. So kind of how has that carried over into this week?
I think it's been really good. Everyone's coming out here focused. I think that's the one thing you want to be wary of, with a bye week, is coming out, not a game to prepare for, and guys are slacking off, and that hasn't been an issue at all. In terms of the improving off of our first two games, I think we had a good second half in the first game and a good first half in the second game. I think everyone's excited to finally put those two together and really have a complete game. And I think it's been shown by the focus and intention we've had at practice.
Has anything about this offense surprised you or anything so far through two games, whether it's a position group or a certain player or anything like that?
I wouldn't say there's been any surprises. I think guys have been stepping up and we expect them to. Victor last game's a perfect example. He kind of, I don't want to say broke out because he was a good player for us last year, but 11 catches. But we expect that, because he's a great player for us in practice. The first game with our tight ends catching a bunch of balls, but we see it every day, so it's not really a surprise. We just want to go out there and execute really.